Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Roman Reigns' past comments to Cody Rhodes have resurfaced online after John Cena's massive heel turn at Elimination Chamber 2025. The OTC had warned the American Nightmare that The Rock was his problem. At Bad Blood 2024, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns teamed up to defeat the Bloodline's Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. The PLD ended with The Rock coming out and having a stare-down with the two victors. During The Rock's entrance, Roman Reigns was spotted warning him that the final boss was now his problem. The footage has now resurfaced following John Cena's heel turn at tonight's Elimination Chamber 2025 PLD. Check it out below. Tonight, Cena turned heel and joined forces with his former rival, The Rock. In the process, he brutally attacked Cody Rhodes during the final moments of Elimination Chamber 2025. Cena and Rhodes are scheduled to compete for the latter's undisputed WWE title at the Show of Shows. This will be Cena's last WrestleMania match, as he is set to retire by the end of the year. If the legend wins the bout, he will make history and become a 17-time world champion. A desperate Cena is hell-bent on winning the record-breaking world title and has finally done the unthinkable. The road to WrestleMania 2025 had already been paved with high-stakes matches, intense rivalries, and a fever pitch of anticipation. But something unexpected, something monumental, happened at Elimination Chamber 2025 that would set the tone for the biggest showdown of the year. John Cena, the ever-resilient fan-favorite superstar, did the unthinkable. He turned heel. But it wasn't just Cena's sudden shift that shook the WWE universe. It was the dangerous undercurrent of animosity that had been festering between two of WWE's most prominent superstars, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. The bloodline of WWE was about to be altered in ways no one could predict. The Elimination Chamber pay-per-view had already promised an unforgettable night. Fans filled the arena, waving their signs, chanting their favorite superstars' names, and anxiously awaiting the chaos of the chamber match itself. But just before the main event, the wrestling world was stunned by a moment no one saw coming. John Cena, the veteran who had built a career on the mantra of never give up, stood in the ring, facing off with a faction of up-and-coming superstars who had long admired him. In what seemed like a typical face versus heel clash, Cena surprised everyone by aligning himself with a dark force in WWE, turning against the fans and embracing his new role as a villain. The moment Cena embraced his heel persona was both jarring and captivating. He mocked the fans, threw out his signature "never give up" catchphrase with a sardonic twist, and aligned himself with some of the most notorious figures in the company. The crowd, a mixture of disbelief and stunned silence, was left to process the seismic shift. Cena had always been the symbol of hope and heroism in WWE, and now he was the embodiment of betrayal. But as Cena basked in his newfound role, it wasn't just his shocking transformation that turned heads. In the chaos of this new reality, a name that had been lingering in the background suddenly came into focus: Cody Rhodes. The tensions between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes had been building for months. The two men, once intertwined by the narrative of family legacy and championship glory, were now on a collision course. Their history was rooted in a shared understanding of what it meant to be the best, but over time, it became clear that their goals were in direct opposition. Reigns, the tribal chief and head of the bloodline, represented dominance, control, and unyielding power. Rhodes, on the other hand, was the son of a legendary wrestler, forging his own path to greatness, aiming to prove that he was more than just the legacy of his father. For months, Roman Reigns had been warning Cody Rhodes. At first, it was a subtle warning. Reigns spoke with arrogance, dismissing Rhodes as a mere challenger in his path, someone not worthy of the main event. "You're just another Rhodes," Reigns had said in a backstage interview. "You think you can fill your father's shoes? Your daddy's name doesn't mean anything here, not when you face the tribal chief." But as the months passed and Cody continued to rise, the warnings became bolder. Roman started to bring his family into the equation. using his bloodline as a shield, asserting his dominance over the entire roster. Cody, unshaken by the challenges, responded with defiance. "You may be the tribal chief, but the reality is, Roman, your reign is built on fear, not respect," Cody had said during a heated promo on SmackDown. The animosity between the two had only intensified as the days passed. Roman would make it known again and again that Cody was not fit to dethrone him, that the bloodline was untouchable, and that no amount of heart, passion, or determination would be enough to topple the empire he had built. Reigns would point to Cena, a once untouchable icon, and mock the notion that anyone could stand against the might of the bloodline. Then Elimination Chamber 2025 happened. As the crowd was still reeling from Cena's heel turn, Roman Reigns' ominous warning to Cody Rhodes came roaring back into focus. It was on the very next episode of SmackDown that Roman's words resurfaced, this time with even more weight and significance. In a backstage interview, Roman stood with Paul Heyman, his trusted special counsel, and Solo Sikoa, the enforcer of the bloodline. Reigns, dressed in his black tactical gear, stood with a chilling calmness, his eyes locked onto the camera. "You see, Cena's mistake was thinking that he could turn on me," Roman began, his voice dripping with disdain. "He thought he could flip the script, that he could come to the dark side and become something greater. But he's a fool. He learned the hard way that no one turns their back on the tribal chief. And Cody Rhodes? Cody, well, he's next." Roman paused for a moment, the camera zooming in on his unflinching stare. "Cody, you keep talking about your destiny. You think it's your time. But I warned you. And you did listen. I told you, Rhodes, you're not ready. You'll never be ready. You see, my reign is unstoppable. It's inevitable. The bloodline is too strong, and you're just a kid playing in a grown man's game." The tension in the arena was palpable as the crowd hung on every word. Roman's words were not just a threat. They were a guarantee, a proclamation that the reign of the tribal chief was secure, and Cody Rhodes would never break through. Roman continued, his tone growing more intense with each syllable. "But you still think you're the one to take me down. You still think you're gonna be the hero of this story. Well, guess what, Cody? There's no happily ever after in this kingdom. There's no fairy tale ending for you. I've been where you're going. I've seen your kind come and go. And every single one of them failed. You'll fail too. Just like Cena did. Just like everyone else." Paul Heyman, standing by Roman's side, couldn't resist chiming in. "The prophecy has already been fulfilled, Cody. There is no savior. Roman Reigns is the king of WWE, and your challenge to him, it's nothing more than a death wish." The words of Reigns and Heyman were sharp, cutting through the tension in the air like a knife. But it wasn't just the promise of defeat that resonated. It was the stark reminder that the bloodline's power was unchallenged and absolute. The stakes had been raised. Cena's heel turn, his alignment with the darker forces of WWE, had set the stage for an even deeper level of chaos in the coming months. But more importantly, it had reignited the feud between Reigns and Rhodes, ensuring that their clash at WrestleMania 2025 would be one of the most intense and emotionally charged battles in recent WWE history. For weeks, the world had speculated about Cody Rhodes' path to WrestleMania. Would he be the one to dethrone the tribal chief? Could he finally break the reign of Roman Reigns and restore honor to his family's name? Or was he just another victim of the bloodline's wrath? But now, with Cena's turn and Roman's chilling warning to Rhodes, the WWE Universe knew one thing for sure. Nothing was going to be the same again. WrestleMania was fast approaching, and the line between good and evil had been blurred in a way no one could have predicted. The anticipation for the showdown between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes had reached a fever pitch. The promos, the mind games, and the physical altercations would only intensify from here. Every interaction between the two men would be watched, scrutinized, and analyzed by millions of fans around the world. Roman had warned Cody, but whether or not Rhodes would heed that warning, and whether he could rise to the challenge, remained to be seen. But one thing was certain. When the dust settled, WWE would never be the same. and the legacy of Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, would either continue unchallenged or fall to the relentless pursuit of Cody Rhodes' dream. As WrestleMania 2025 drew near, the stakes grew higher. The bold warning from Roman Reigns wasn't just a message to Cody Rhodes. It was a declaration to the entire WWE universe. The tribal chief was ready for anything, and anyone who dared to stand in his way would face the consequences. Whether Cena's newfound heel persona would play a role in this war for the title was still to be determined. But for now, it was clear. Roman Reigns was the king of WWE, and the throne would not be given up easily. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.